What's up, Daily Doodlers? I hope you're all having a great day today. If not, then you're in luck, because today's kind of a short video. Today's prompt is flow. And, right? Flow? Was that what it was? Let me check real fast. Flowing. Today's prompt was flowing. Basically the same thing. But yeah, I really couldn't think of anything creative for this one, really, so I kind of just did a, not really a still life, because I didn't, try super hard for it to be realistic. The thing that I thought of when looking at this prompt was, gold or silver when it's melted, and I kind of wanted to depict that in a way, but I also didn't want to be unrealistic because I wanted to do some really cool thing at first, but I had no clue how to do it. I was thinking Lord of the Rings, forging the Ring of Mordor type stuff, but that wasn't really what happened. I don't know, I guess I just wasn't really getting into this prompt, and I guess that's bound to happen when you have a prompt list. There's going to be prompts that you're not going to want to do, that you just can't really get into, that you don't have ideas for, and this was kind of one of those prompts. But, it turned out alright. It was kind of a good practice and everything, so I'm sort of satisfied with it. However, because I was just drawing, a little, I don't even know what any of this stuff is called. Because I was just drawing how, the method for making coins back in, Roman times, I believe, was this the time period that they used this method. Because that's what I was drawing, it doesn't really make for an interesting video, so I'm trying to cut it short, so it's sped up way faster than what I normally put my speed arts, to try to keep it around 10 minutes. I think this ended up to be 13 minutes, but it's fine, it's fine, it's all good. Anyways, so while thinking of this prompt, the only things that I could think of were waterfalls, and I've drawn those before a million times, so I didn't really want to draw just another waterfall. So I decided on this, doing liquid metal that's flowing out, and originally I was going to do a ring or something, but it's late at night. It's actually 1 o'clock in the morning when I am recording this right now, and I didn't look long enough to find a reference photo because I wasn't really sure what to look for, and I didn't have the patience to figure it out, so I just kind of did it. Oh gosh, I really need to figure out a healthy YouTube schedule because this is not gonna work. So, the reference picture that I was looking at was it's actually really interesting. I found a video that was explaining how the Romans created coins, what they did, what their methods that they used, and then they demonstrated it. It was they were just redoing pretty much exactly as much as they could how the Romans created coins, and it was really interesting to prevent forgery. I guess that's the right word. To prevent fake money, they had to make sure every single coin was the same weight, and if any of them weren't the same weight, then they would be thrown out, which makes sense. That's what we do in today's world, but it was a lot harder back then, a whole lot harder, because they had to actually melt the metal and pour it into the mold, and they didn't have machines to do it for them. They had to do it by hand, so they had to have these crazy contraptions so that they could actually hold the bucket with the boiling hot, oh, I almost said lava. No, the boiling hot metal. And so it's crazy. And I thought it was really weird how when they poured it into the actual mold, it caught on fire. Like, I wasn't completely sure if it was the metal catching on fire or if it was the material around it that was catching on fire. It was like some sort of sand that they were using as the mold. I guess, I don't know if it was like, it looked like sand, but I think it hardened afterwards, so maybe it was some sort of clay. I'm not really sure, but it was really interesting to look at, and I'll have to watch it again sometime when it's not really super late at night, so that I can actually take in the information a little better. But it was really interesting, and I suggest you check it out. The video to that will be in the link in the description down below. But yeah, it was really cool to look at. So, however, the hard thing was trying to distinguish the flames from the liquid metal. I guess it was silver, that they were using, because they were both very light. Like, obviously fire is yellow and orange, but it was like I can only use black colors and black and gray, so I wasn't really sure what to do with that. I colored it the lightest color that I had, and then put the second lightest color that I had as the tips, and it's my Tombow, I always say Tomboy. It was my Tombow markers again, N95 and N60. N95 is the lightest, and N60 is the second lightest that I have. So those are the two that I used for the fire, and then for the coins I used the N95, the lightest one, and then I believe I used N55, although I'm not 100% certain on that one, but I used I'm pretty sure I used a darker one. I'm pretty sure N55 for the glare around it, and that sort of made it look a little more rounded. Yeah, and then I really didn't know what to do with the background. You'll see it later on. I just sort of did like a fading out thing for the background. I colored the entire thing in the lightest color, but I didn't do it solid. I just sort of streaked it, and then I colored the second lightest color over it, and then I just slowly got darker and darker the farther up the picture you go. You'll see it later and understand what I'm talking about, because I'm delusional at the moment. I don't really know what I'm saying, but yeah, so this entire picture, it was really cool. It's really interesting because this entire experience has taught me so much. If you haven't seen my other drawings, I am doing every single prompt, but I'm not posting them all on YouTube. If you want to see the other prompts, follow either my Instagram or my Twitter, or both. That they're in the description. The links are in the description. And I've just learned so much. I drew a chicken for the chicken prompt. I drew her name, I drew a chicken that used to be our pet chicken. Her name was Funky because she was one of those weird Afro chickens, and I tried to draw her more realistically because I wanted her to look as much like the real Funky chicken as possible. But yeah, it was it was really interesting though, because I'm so used to drawing cartoony, or I'm used to relying on the colors so much that I sort of lack in detail. Because I think my brain's kind of just like, oh, the color will take care of it. The color portrays it enough. But so I don't put as much detail in it as I could. And I'm really kind of realizing how important detail is and how much it adds to a piece. And I'm going through these different things, and I'm through these different prompts and these different pictures, and it's really cool figuring out how to do these different prompts using only black and white colors, using only the grayscale. It's really interesting because I never realized how much I rely on color. It's ridiculous how much I relied on color to portray what I was trying to get across. And so this experience is like really good for me. We're like, what, 2 weeks in, and not even 2 weeks, 10 days, only 10 days. That's a week and 3 days. So we're only that far into it, and I've already learned so much and so many different techniques, and I'm so glad that I was finally able to do this. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to leave a like, and if you happen to be new, please consider subscribing to join my little daily doodlers. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.